हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम नमो नारायणाय. ओम महत्प्रधान पुरुष कालरूपिणे सच्चिदानंद स्वरूपिणे नमो नारायणाय. हरि. Consciousness. Consciousness means chit. Consciousness means prajna. Prajna Akash is the screen of consciousness. Consciousness is the background of this whole universe. Sri Vishnu is the God of consciousness. He is the Dharaka, he is the supporter of this whole universe. Just as our individual consciousness is the background and support of all our experiences, so also the Supreme Lord Sri Vishnu is the supporter and the background of this whole universe. Whatever we see, there is a background. The background is different from the object we are seeing. We cannot see a dark circle on a dark screen. We cannot see a dark cat, a black cat in the darkness. So the background has to be different from the object we are seeing. The clear blue sky is the background for all the things in the world we see. The plants, the mountains, the clouds, the sun, the moon, all things appear with the background of this clear blue sky. This clear blue sky represents the consciousness. In fact, there is another background for us which makes us unable to see this clear blue sky. That is the Supreme Consciousness, Parame Vyoman. We cannot see the consciousness. We cannot experience the consciousness. Consciousness is the experiencer. Silence, pure silence is the background for all noises. The clear blue screen, the clear screen, just like the cinema screen on which all the images, all the cinema images pass through, that is the consciousness. Tasteless tongue is the consciousness. Pure air without any sense is the consciousness. So consciousness cannot be experienced because consciousness is the experiencer. Consciousness is the seer, and the seer is different from all that is seen. Consciousness is the hearer. So the hearer is different and distinct from all that is heard. Consciousness is the experiencer. This whole world of objects, bodies and beings is different from the consciousness which we are. Consciousness is one. Consciousness is indivisible. Consciousness is this existence. Prajnanam Brahma. Prajnanam Ghanam. Prajnanam Ghanam means Prajnanam is a unit. It cannot be made, it cannot be divided. Consciousness is impregnable, indivisible. Max Planck and Einstein have concurred, they have said consciousness is impregnable. Consciousness is one, it is a one unit. Though the consciousness in individuals appears to be different, distinct and separate, the consciousness is one. Just as we put on the light, the whole objects in the room become visible, in the light of consciousness, all things become visible. Consciousness is same in all. The consciousness, there was an incident when Sri Ramana Maharshi, who is the proponent of this pure consciousness, who is explained in so many different simple terms, was speaking to the devotees. The devotees were all very focused and hearing what Ramana Maharshi was telling. So Ramana Maharshi was sitting on a podium, on a platform, and all the devotees, the seekers, were sitting in front of him. At that time, Ramana Maharshi saw one snake trying to enter from the door. So Ramana Maharshi saw the snake and signaled the snake to go away and not to disturb the devotees. The snake, which sensed the movement, which sensed the direction, the command of the Ramana Maharshi, quietly withdrew, went away. So consciousness is one. If we are able to make our consciousness very pure and clean, we are able to see things what all is there. Consciousness is the super light which paves the path for the flow of energy. If we are able to tap the supreme consciousness, we can know all the past, present and the future. With a clear consciousness which is Swarup, we can read the other's mind. What all thoughts go through is all matter. There are like dark objects which can be seen in the background of light. So a man with Chit Swarupa, with pure and clean consciousness, he can do the mind reading. The person who has attained pure consciousness, he can predict the future. He can see what is coming in the future. He can also see the past. Consciousness includes time and space. Consciousness makes the path clear for the flow of energy. Suppose we are walking and we don't observe there is a small step, 5 or 6 inches deep in the steps. We fall down and break our back and bones. But if we are able to see, if we see even the 10 feet fall, consciously if there's a 10 feet fall, if we jump, nothing will happen. All the forces of protective forces in our body rushes to the point of impact and protects the body from any damage due to that caused by the impact. Suppose somebody comes and hits on our hand may break. But if we ask that person to hit us with any force, nothing will happen because we are aware, we are conscious that the blow is about to come on our hands and on the part, and the energy, the productive energy, rushes to that place to protect from the results of that impact. So consciousness makes us very strong. Consciousness makes us alert to face any sort of impact that may have any danger or impact that may happen to the body. The body, every atom, every molecule, every cell of the body is surrounded by consciousness, and that is the supreme protector, that is supreme healer, and that is the supreme experiencer. The consciousness removes all disorder and brings order to our lives of experience. Consciousness cannot be experienced, that is the experiencer. Consciousness has no color. Consciousness has no smell, no taste, no touch. It is not an object. It is not a body. It is not bound. It is the consciousness which is different from light and which is different from darkness. Dark. So it is only the consciousness, the supreme power of the nature of Supreme Lord, the Swarupa, which sees darkness as well as light, and this consciousness is both different from darkness and light. It is the consciousness which sees, hears, tastes, smells, touches, and experiences everything of this world, and this world is different from all that is from this experiencer. This experiencer with the vital energy prana is the Atma, and this Atma is the spark of the eternal divine Paramatman, who is the creator, sustainer, and devourer of this universe. He is one with this spark, that is the individual consciousness, with the Jivatma, with the Atma. Just as the ray of the sun is same as the sun, has the same qualities of the sun, but does not have the power and magnificence of the sun, but the quality of the sun's ray and the sun is the same. Just as the spark of the fire emanating from a blazing fire is the same as the fire, and this spark has all the qualities of the fire, but does not have the magnificence, brilliance, and power of the blazing fire, but the same as the fire. So also the Jivatma, the spark of the Supreme Lord Paramatman, Sri Hari Narayana, is situated in the body, limited to the confines of the body, and experiences the nature of all the bodies, beings, and the world that it encounters. So Jivatma, the soul, is only the Bhoktru, it is only the experiencer. It doesn't have the power over time, space, it doesn't have the power or the control over the prana, nor the control over the functions of the body it is residing. It cannot control sleep, it cannot control digestion, it cannot control dreams, it cannot control the birth and death, it cannot control anything that happens in this world, but is the pure experiencer. The meeting point of the Jivatma and the Paramatma is the pure consciousness. In the pure consciousness, the Jivatma becomes a Sakshi, the witnessing consciousness. The nature of the Jivatma, the soul, is experiencing, is enjoying, it is the Bhoktru. Because it is attached to the body, thinks it is the body, and always goes after these perishable bodies and beings, the powers of the Jivatma, they are all identified and confined to the body only. Whereas the Supreme Lord, the Paramatman, Sri Hari Narayana, who takes birth as Sri Ram, who takes birth as Sri Krishna, and as enlightened beings from time to time, they all experience the unity with this Supreme Universe and live as Supreme witnesses. The witnessing consciousness is the nature of the Creator, and the experiencing and enjoying nature of the consciousness is the nature of the soul, which is attached to the body, which goes like a beggar asking, I want this, I want that, this is mine, that is mine, whereas in reality nothing belongs to anybody. Nothing belongs to the soul, it is only the pure experiencer. This whole experience is an eternal flow of sounds and sights, with an eternal flow. And whatever the good deeds, the bad deeds, the holy deeds, whatever the person does, whatever the seeker, the devotee does, there is no change in the nature of the Atma. The prana does not change. The prana, the vital force that supports the body and makes it a living entity, does not change in any way by any action, deeds, holy or unholy deeds of the individual's person. So also the individual consciousness that experiences this whole universe does not change in any way by the holy or the evil deeds or thoughts of the embodied soul, the Atma. Nothing changes. So to think that the person, the Atma, attains higher state or lower state is a myth. It is a wrong. It is ignorance. Whatever a person does, nothing changes in its core. The life force that supports the body does not change. It supports an ant as well as an elephant and also all the living beings and makes them the living entity. And along with the vital force, the consciousness comes just as when a lamp is lit, the brightness accompanies, the brightness spreads. So in a living entity, living beings are provided with consciousness. It is only the human being who can rise to the level of the divine gods and also fall to the level of the animals. It is only the consciousness that brings knowledge. The conscious experience is what we call knowledge, not what we hear or somebody tells or what we read or something. Our conscious experience is our knowledge, and that only has to be relied on, not anything else. This conscious experience makes us realize the reality of this existence, and the difference between the animals and the human beings is this conscious experience of this world. It is the power of discrimination, to call it right or wrong, ugly or beautiful, and all that. The power of discrimination is due to the emanates from the consciousness. Consciousness is divine. Nothing else is divine. Everything is perishable. The only eternal is Chit Swarup, the consciousness. Chidananda Rupaham, Shivoham, Shivoham. All things pass through this screen of our consciousness. The time passes away, the experience passes away, all the world disappears, everything is in eternal motion. Even the atoms consisting of the nucleus, which consists of protons and neutrons, is in movement with respect to the electrons. The electrons are hovering around this nucleus. It is an eternal world. If you make this nucleus, the size, expand it to the size of a small golf ball, the electrons are hovering around this nucleus 75 meters away, the size of a football ground. It is inconceivable. More the energy, the more the distance and bigger the movement around this nucleus. The very energy, movement of energy consumes the energy. Energy means movement. Energy means heat. Energy means light. Energy means movement which uplifts everything. Now, this very movement itself consumes energy, and everything is energy. This whole supreme, the creator of this universe, is the energies of all energies. He has no support of any other energy. All material objects need material energy. And the Supreme Lord, the Atma, is the source of all energy. Jyotisham Jyotihi Pranasya Pranaha. That is the eternal energy. And what we call dharma, what we call order, is the promotion of life, is the travel of this Jivatma to its original, to its supreme abode, Paramatma, to supreme consciousness. The traveling of the individual consciousness to supreme consciousness, and the travel of the embodied soul to its supreme abode of Paramatma is what is called dharma. Dharma is promotion of life. Dharma is making his life journey simple and comfortable for all beings. And anything is supposed to this easy and comfortable life, the real life, the truthful life, is the adharma. And the consciousness is the support of dharma. It brings in energy on the path of this moment of this energy. Hari Om Tat Sat.